Hi, I'm Rebecca from the blog Rebecca Reads, and this is my first blog. I am going to talk about some of the books that I'd like to read in the coming weeks. It is February 24th today, and I probably won't get through all of these books by the time they're due back at the library, but there's still ones that I'd like to read or at least skim through for the nonfiction. This week, I'd like to work a little bit more on East of Eden. I've been reading about 100 pages a week, and I really like going slow. I'll probably read about 200 in the next week. That's my goal. I really love this book. I'm not loving it as much the second time around as I did the first, but I still really do enjoy it. It's so beautifully written. Want to read more Steinbeck. I also want to finish DNA. This is my project book for the month, and it is kind of slow going for me. I'm not a science person, but the good thing is it's a beautiful copy with all these pretty pictures in it, so that makes it nice to read. I also started reading Fellowship of the Ring this week. I read it in college about 10 years ago, and I really resented it. I found it really boring, but I started reading this week, and to my surprise, I'm really enjoying it. So I kind of look forward to following along with the read-along for that. This month, in 2 weeks, week and a half, I'm inviting Georgette Heyer to my website for the classic circuit. I've never read Heyer before, and I have to say this cover does not excite me, but I do like Jane Austen, and people say it's like Jane Austen, so this is the Talisman ring that I'm going to be reading. I saw a review on Bookorama's blog, Chris Bookorama's blog, and she said it was hilarious, so hopefully that will be a good start to Georgette Heyer. My book club at the library is reading Ethan Frome. It's a very slender book, but so many reviews lately have said it's really a good book, so I'm looking forward to it. This week I really want to read A Room of One's Own. I got it at the beginning of February, kind of because everybody was reading Virginia Woolf for the Wolf in Winter read-along, and I wanted to try A Room of One's Own. I still haven't gone to it yet. I haven't read as much this month as I'd planned on. Isn't that always how it goes? So many books, so little time. February is Black History Month, and I intended to read one book a week for that, but that didn't happen. So I have all these books waiting to be read. Raisin in the Sun. I read this in high school, I think, and I enjoyed it, and so I wanted to read that. And then also from the library, I have Narrative in the Life of Frederick Douglass, which Ava reviewed recently and really enjoyed. Some speeches by Martin Luther King. I like reading speeches, at least I did when I read Winston Churchill's, and since Martin Luther King Jr. is a very important figure, I figured I should read these speeches as well. And then I also picked up We Are the Ship. It's a history of the Negro League Baseball. I'm not really a baseball person, so I'm not sure why I picked this up, but I saw a positive review on Ma Book's blog, and I thought, well, I'll try something a little bit different for Black History Month, because it seems like so many books are focused on, former slave narratives and things like that. So I wanted to try all different kinds of things for Black History Month. As I said, I haven't read any of these, and February is almost over, so maybe I'll just kind of continue it into March, which is probably a good thing. I should be reading about Black history all year, right? Which leads me to all the nonfiction. Well, there's some fiction still that I haven't even begun. I picked up Daily Life in Victorian England because I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. This book looks like a good one. I probably won't read all of it. There's a summary about 30 pages long about the eras of Victorian England, so I'll probably read that at the beginning of the book. Probably won't get through all of it unless you've read it. If you've read this book and it's really worth reading the whole thing, let me know. And then leads me to Japanese literature. I'm kind of getting on this Japanese literature kick, and maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but at some point in the future, I want to do a classic circuit about Japanese literature, except I don't know anything. So I'm kind of starting from the beginning here. But Yusunari Kawabata won the Nobel Prize, and so I started with him. I read The Old Capital this week. It's a novel, and I don't think I got it. I think I really should reread it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give him more of a chance. It just kind of ended, which I think was the point. I thought the characters and the relationships were the point of the book, but really I think it was the setting. So it was good, but I think I need to give Kawabata more of a chance. I picked up Palm of the Hand stories by him, and these are really interesting. I haven't read it yet, but I flipped it open, and they're really, really short. I don't know if you can see, but it's seriously, they're one-page long stories that are one page long. So it might be kind of interesting to see how he writes these short stories. I also have a request in for some more books by Kawabata. I probably won't read all the novels, but I want to flip through them and give them a try. So that's Kawabata. And then I don't know anything else about what authors to begin with Japanese literature. And I realize I don't know very much about the history of Japan. So last week I picked up Japan, A Concise History. However, it's on the new book. I don't know if you can see that sticker, but it's a new book, so I can't renew it, and I haven't started, and I've had it for a week, so probably won't get the whole thing read. I also found this book. This one is by R.H.P. Mason. The first one was by Milton W. Meyer. So if you've read either of these, let me know which one I should read. I'm tempted to go with the new one because it's prettier. Shows you how superficial I am. And then I also got Shuichi Kato, History of Japanese Literature, the First 1,000 Years, and then to the Modern Era. It's 2 volumes long. That's a lot of Japanese literature I need to learn about. And then this one's not very pretty, but it's classic Japanese literature. As I said, I probably won't read all of these, but it's kind of going to give me something to skim through and get some ideas of where to go for my Japanese literature reading. So anyway, that is my library loot and all the books that I'd like to read. I usually only read 3 or 4 books a week, so which of these will I get read in the next week? I guess you'll have to come back next week to find out. So thank you for putting up with me with my first vlog, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.